Welcome to Soul and Universe, a journey beyond the ordinary. Here, we explore the mysteries of the soul, the depths of the universe, and the connection between the two. From spirituality and cosmic energy to self-growth and universal wisdom, this channel is your space to awaken, reflect, and evolve. Join us as we uncover the hidden meanings of existence, the power of inner peace, and the beauty of the cosmos. Subscribe now and let your soul travel across the universe. Books Home, Books Parapsychology Search Books. Enter title Display. Virtual Keyboard Interface. Parapsychology. Parapsychology. Khwaja Shamsuddin Azimi. When any branch of knowledge is taken into consideration, two things, because of their significance, immediately become important. The first one is theoretical knowledge, which we possess about that particular branch of knowledge, and in its final stage, practical demonstration and implementation of that branch of knowledge is observed. In other words, knowledge is the name given to the combination of theory and practice. Like any other branch of knowledge, the spiritual sciences too are no exception to this rule. That is, after learning and rules, laws, principle and formulae theoretically, they are tested, analysed and examined practically. There are two possible ways of learning and acquiring knowledge. One method is to learn the theory first and then to use the learnt formulae, principles and laws practically. The other method is to start learning through practical experiments directly. The laws serving as foundation of a branch of knowledge and the formulae governing the cosmos are taught by the mentor. With the increasing understanding of laws and formulae of this remarkable body of knowledge, the ability to enact and operate these formulae and laws is produced in the disciple. Allah, the Most Merciful, proclaims that we have subjugated the moon and the sun for you and all that is there. In the earth and the heaven is also put in your domain. In the Holy Quran, the phenomenon of conquest and ruling the universe has been presented in two different ways. One approach is self-centered, i.e., good or bad is interpreted and understood with reference to one's self. The other approach is when the self is negated and is no longer given any preference. Things are comprehended and grasped in the light of that law of God, which is called destiny. This thing has been discussed in the story of Moses, where he encounters with one of God's servants, who are bestowed with a special knowledge out of mercy. That knowledge, in terms of Sufism, is called insinuated knowledge, ilm laduni. As we all know that according to that story, Moses and that man both sailed in a boat in which the man made a hole. They stayed in a house as guests. That man killed the lad of the housekeeper. In the last stage of their journey, they repaired a wall that was about to collapse, without any expectation of reward in a critical state of thirst and hunger. Moses objected on all these three occasions. That man separated himself from Moses by saying that all he did was done in accordance with the command of his Lord. Moses admitted that he couldn't keep his words regarding not questioning him, and they both separated after that. The knowledge possessed by Moses is related to that approach, which is based upon the concept of good and bad, evil and virtue, and the knowledge of that man is associated with that approach in which there is nothing except God. Purpose of this discussion is not to suggest that Moses enjoyed a lower position than that man, but this thing is required to be taken into careful consideration, that Moses went in search of that man never came in search of Moses. God, the Most Exalted, is the greatest of all lawmakers, one who manages to establish his relationship with Allah, and his mind is tuned with the destiny appointed. But Allah, He Himself becomes the law, and, getting the law enacted, is the duty of every individual of the universe. That man, during the course of his conversation with Moses, told him that it is very much according to the policy of God that He has bestowed this administrating knowledge upon him, and indoctrinated Moses with doctrines to be preached. When this event, which is related in the Holy Quran, is taken into deliberate consideration, it is revealed that law governs in every situation and circumstances. And since that man was a representative of administrative laws operative in the universe, whatsoever he was doing was done according to the Elohistic destiny planned by God, the wisest. Moses, for this very reason, undertook the journey in search of that man, and after undergoing the hardships of travelling, found that man, and did not enforce the laws of his religion upon that man. Stay tuned. More soul-stirring topics from the universe are on the way. Like, share and subscribe.